Hi everyone, welcome back to the Web3 channel. My name is Zach. We've just gone over crypto bans in different countries, looking at which countries have in fact banned cryptocurrency in general. Now we're looking at a specific case of Turkey. Let's jump into what's happening over there. Crypto and NFTs meet regulation as Turkey takes on the digital future despite unclear or even lack of regulation and taxation of cryptocurrencies. Turkey is increasingly using digital assets and high inflation. What a beautiful artistry of Turkey right here. Let's go through this. So of course this take column is from Salva Ozelli, an international tax attorney and CPA, covers the intersection between emerging technologies and sustainability and provides the latest developments around taxes and other legal issues affecting crypto and blockchain. So going into Turkey, the cradle of civilization is quietly digitizing despite its high inflation economy, and of course the lira's volatility might be correlated with the prices of Bitcoin and Ether. During the fourth quarter of 2021, the Tri-USD exchange rate crashed from 9 to 18.5 liras per dollar in the 6 weeks leading up to mid-December, before strengthening as high as 10 liras and then falling back to 13.87 liras at the time of writing, rendering the currency a highly volatile asset. Just in case you're wondering when this was written, it was written 9 hours ago, so still fairly recently. Looking of course at the lira's 3-month chart, we can of course see what is happening right here. The lira's volatility stemmed from a contrarian interest cut made by Turkish president amid high inflation and against the advice of central bankers. High inflation tends to of course devalue cash and drive investors, including major professional and institutional investors alongside top hedge fund managers like George Soros, to invest their money in cryptocurrencies. With inflation soaring above 20%, Erhan Karamohan, news editor at Cointelegraph, told me that during 2021, sorry for getting the name wrong by the way, Erhan, if I have, Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency usage in Turkey increased 11-fold. Unexpectedly, cryptocurrency market crashed during the first trading week of 2022, and as a result, Bitcoin and Ether, which rose 100% and 300% during 2021 respectively, entered bear market territory. The crash was blamed on a combination of 3 events. The first event was the release of the minutes from the USFR December meeting. They hinted that the US central bank would reduce its pandemic-era stimulus and begin raising interest rates sooner than expected. This news triggered a sell-off in the global stock markets that spilled over into the currency markets, or cryptocurrency markets to be very clear, with Bitcoin's price ultimately crashing over 40% from its all-time high set in November of 2021. Similarly, Ether dropped over 13% after the news, to low as $3,300. The second event was the anti-government riots in Kazakhstan, of course the world's second largest Bitcoin mining hub, which led to the country's government being sacked and internet services shut down, leaving an estimated 30% of the world's Bitcoin mining operations offline. And whilst everything here is not financial advice, I would like to say that of course that my best wishes are with the people of Kazakhstan in that situation. It's absolutely horrible to see. The third event was the rapid worldwide spread of the Omicron variant of COVID-19, which wreaked havoc on long-term social and economic development by leaving millions sick and inundating healthcare systems that were already buckling under the cumulative toll of every previous surge, reinforcing the idea that people shouldn't live in constant fear of the virus. The German-Turkish co-founder of COVID-19 vaccine maker BioNTech highlighted that despite the virus being here to stay for a couple more years, the COVID-19 variants are becoming more controllable, and that BioNTech is keeping its eye on new variants and new strains. Nevertheless, the unexpected market crash was not enough to shake Turkish investors' faith in cryptocurrencies being a hedge against a weakening lira and double-digit inflation. Now we're looking at the first ever eco-friendly secure cryptocurrencies. Now, while Satoshi Nakamoto is of course credited with designing the first cryptocurrency, it was actually Turkish-American Emin Günsira, CEO of Ava Labs, professor at Cornell University and co-director of the Initiative for Cryptocurrency and Smart Contracts, who designed the first in 2003, 6 years before the launch of Bitcoin, named Karma. It was based on a proof-of-work protocol. Since 2019, Syra has been focused on building Avalanche, an eco-friendly blockchain that uses a novel consensus mechanism for high transaction throughput. As Syra explained to me, Avalanche is high-performance, eco-friendly blockchain that scales hard math and science rather than expensive, energy-intensive hardware. At its core, the innovation of the Avalanche consensus reduces the amount of communication required between validating nodes, which also decreases the hardware and power required to secure the many billions of dollars in value on the network. Taken a step further, Avalanche is a quiescent protocol, meaning that if network activity shows, nodes will not perpetually expend energy, as we see on almost almost every other platform, nodes will simply wait until they hear another transaction to broadcast and move swiftly forward to the next direct decision. I want to make it very clear again, of course, nothing on the channel is ever financial advice. Sustainability is critical to the blockchain industry's ability to overtake traditional infrastructures, as well as a core ethic of this entire ecosystem of using innovation to better the lives of people. Zyro continued, much of the inertia that climate activists have faced is from incumbents who wield far too much power. Decentralizing their power and putting more economic control in the hands of individuals rather than institutions is an incredible step forward. Momentum towards mass adoption of decentralized services continues to accelerate, and users are also witnessing the high performance and eco-friendly of the blockchain. Let's go back, of course, hopefully at some point soon, to the Turkish situation. Sierra Nevada Corporation, a cybersecurity and aerospace company, co-founded by Turkish-American couple Eren and Fatiha Ozeman, sorry for getting the name wrong, partnered with Ultra to modernize the cryptographic infrastructure of SNC's legacy ANPVQ, PYQ, 10 sample keyloader devices to protect against mounting cyber and electronic warfare threats and to protect, store, and distribute sensitive information. SNC has joint ventures with Aselsan and Havelson, which are state-owned defense, software, and electronics community companies that are part of the digital Turkish lira collaboration platform. Now, the president for Turkey has said that Turkey's main objective is to produce all of its equipment using high-tech and aerospace systems, including cyber defense systems. Looking at the CBDC, according to Atlantic Council, there are 87 countries, including Turkey, exploring a CBDC. Looking at this right now, we can see a very interesting actually graph, or not graph necessarily, but infographic, I guess, showing which countries have cancelled, which countries have researched, which countries have proof of concept, which countries are introducing a pilot, and which countries have launched CBDCs. Of course, research, I think, is a definitely more difficult one to measure, but either way, you can see what we're looking at right here, with, of course, Canada right here really being one of the first and only countries to pilot, among, of course, France we're seeing right there, as well as a few other countries in Asia and MENA. And then if we have a look at the proof of concept, we're seeing some of that also happening in Europe, Northern Europe and Eastern Europe, I guess, and we're seeing it, of course, in South America, and of course in some parts of Asia too, and Oceania as well. As part of the Central Bank Digital Turkish Lira Research and Development Project, the Central Bank of the Republic of Turkey established the Digital Turkish Lira collaboration platform in close collaboration with Aselsan, Havelsan, and TÜBİTAK Bilgem. The project is researching the potential benefits of introducing a digital lira to complement the nation's existing payments infrastructure. The results of the first phase of this research are expected to be announced in 2022 after the tests are completed. Cointelegraph's Turkey's Karaman explained to me that Turkey's digital bank or fintech industry is already miles ahead of many regions across the world in terms of adoption and technologies used. Local banks are offering a myriad of digital services to their customers. Cashless payments are already above 50% of all transactions per PwC's 2020 payments research, he added. So while there are clear benefits to the Turkish government and financial institutions in issuing a CBDC, I don't see a significant advantage for the citizens. And then let's go over the current buzz in the Web3 world, being NFTs, machine hallucinations. Coral Dreams, a work by Refik Anadol, an award-winning Turkish-American new media artist, was a talk around town during 2021 Art Basel on Miami Beach. Anadol is the first artist to use AI in a public immersive environment, partnering with top tech companies, the USN, etc. And I'm trying to see where this relates to Turkey. Karaman explained to me that there are several platforms that Turkish artists are actively using to create and sell their NFTs. The first one, of course, is OpenSea. It's probably the most popular NFT marketplace globally. Turkish artists like Refik Anadol, I'm going to get these names wrong, I do apologize, and others have already created and sold their NFTs on the ETH-based platform. However, the ETH network, high gas fees, of course, plays a barrier for many lesser-known artists and the communities, coupled with the popularity of Avalanche in Turkey. I am seeing several artists publish their NFTs on eco-friendly Avalanche-based platforms, then sell the collections on Kalau. But to be honest, the majority of Turkish users are all using global apps like Binance, Huobi, etc. BTC Turkey and Parabu are two heavyweights right now of the local NFT ecosystem, and then we have others also rising in popularity with new partnerships and global projects. Avenue 10 Gallery, founded by Luke Navarro and with branches in Paris. My mouse wasn't working there for a second, apologies. And Bangkok digitizes physical artworks for high-end NFT sold on Ethereum-based OpenSea. and there's other things happening in the Turkey space too. But I want to go back to regulation of crypto here, because that's what you clicked on for. As Kahraman explained to me, there is currently no clear regulator governing all the crypto-related developments in Turkey. The president said that the legislation regarding crypto assets is ready for the parliament, TBMM, but there's no definitive date yet. He added cryptocurrencies are referred to as crypto assets in published government documents. Different bodies working on different aspects of crypto assets are the Financial Crimes Investigation Board is actively overseeing crypto service providers on AML and compliance issues. The central bank is regulating the payment aspect of crypto assets. In April 2021, it banned the use of crypto assets from being used as a payment method. The Capital Markets Board governs the crypto market, including ICOs and token offerings, in a case-by-case manner. During the spring of 2021, two Turkish currency exchanges, Thodex followed by Verbitcoin, shut down, with thousands of investors falling victim to a $2 billion fraud. On May 1st, 2021, the president issued a presidential decree that added cryptocurrency exchanges to a list of institutions that must operate under anti-money laundering and counter-terrorist financing regulations. The same month, Mossack published a guide for crypto asset service providers that aims to prevent money laundering and the financing of terrorism through crypto asset transactions by obligating cryptocurrency exchanges to 1. Do KYC essentially, 2. Report suspicious transactions, 3. Provide information and documents, and 4. Consistently provide information and retain documents. Mossack also ramped up its investigations of crypto-related operations in Turkey. So far, Mossack has found deficiencies in the AML controls of BN Technology, the Turkish branch of finance, the world's leading, of course, crypto exchange, and ordered it to pay a fine of 8 million lira, approximately 750,000 at the time of announcement. Separately, Turkey's Ilhas news agency reported that Turkish police carried out simultaneous raids in 11 places, arresting 40 out of 44 suspects who used, TwitchBit's virtual currency to launder around $10 million. Myself, I work in the gaming space, so that's why I said there. Taxation of cryptocurrencies. Turkey citizens are increasingly using cryptocurrencies. Nevertheless, there is currently no regulation on the taxation of crypto or energy transactions. Eren Kan-Ersoy and Ezgi Kartin of a law consulting firm explained that if cryptocurrencies are characterized as securities or commodities, the tax treatment would be as follows. So looking at securities, for crypto to qualify as securities such as initial coin offerings, they must be treated as financial assets. In this case, gains made by the purchase and sale of crypto and the commissions earned by crypto exchanges in 2021 exceed 90,000 liras that will generally be subject to income tax, but not subject to value-added tax. And then looking at commodities, if cryptocurrencies are considered as commodities such as Bitcoin and the taxpayer is not engaged in a trade or business, then any gains for 2021 above 43,000 liras will generally be subject to income tax. If the taxpayer is engaged in a trade or business, the profit will be commercial gain, and cryptocurrencies will be subject to income tax as well as VAT. And of course, to be very clear, these opinions are of the authors alone and do not represent the views of Cointelegraph, and again, not the views of myself or Web3. That being said, what are your thoughts on all this? Hopefully that gave you a bit of insight as to what's happening in the Turkish space for cryptocurrencies. Let me know what your thoughts on the comments below. This is the Web3 channel covering everything happening in the Web3 space. Have a great day, everyone. I'll see you in the next Web3 video.